Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Siddha-Vetha webinar series. I'm just going to mute all of you for now, and when you have questions, you can unmute yourself. Okay. So today, before the speaker comes, I wanted to announce he's trying to connect. It'll take a few minutes, and before that, I have some announcements. So we are going to launch, a course in the Varmakalai with more than three experts in Varmakalai. And we want this to reach all the people because Varmakalai is the advanced version, and usually people don't teach Varmakalai to everyone. And therefore, it is restricted in one way or the other. But we are willing to teach to students who are eligible, who have understood energy mechanisms and things that are related to that. So you can really join. So we have a I can share. So it's called the Advanced Marma course, Femtoneurobiomagnetic Therapy and Psychoneuroimmunology. And if you're interested in this course, it's a very advanced version, and you can learn this course. There are so many things that we teach in this course. It's not just about touching certain Marma points in your body. Everybody can learn Marma through, there are so many things out there to learn about body points, meridians, everything is there today. But it doesn't mean you can do Varmakala just like that. So, so there is a procedure, there is a need for you to learn in a very professional way, so you can apply. And Varmakala is one thing, you don't have to be a therapist for other people, but at least for your own self. You can be a therapist for your own self. So that is the whole idea, So if you learn this, you can do anything you want in terms of even internal organs. If internal organs are affected, you can do Varmakalai. And that's the advanced version of what's called Noku. So when we exactly translate Varmakalai, it's going to be femtoneurobiomagnetic therapy, basically, right? So it's a very tiny little what are called nadis in our body. They're very tiny, and it is less than 10 power minus 15 nanometers. So therefore, it's called femto. Femto is 10 power minus 15 below. So it can go way below atomic scale, because at the atomic scale, the particles travel through these tiny little nadis. And we all in the Eastern tradition know that there are 72,000 nadis, and each nadi has a map. They have mapped it in our body. All mapping didn't happen through pictures. Those days, mapping was done through the what you call poems, right? All the poems will have a different structure. Oh, this is the nadi, and it's all given in a code word. One nadi is coming from here to here and going this way. So that nadi is traveling. So along that nadi, there are certain marma points that will touch certain organs in our body. So therefore, certain type of pressure need to be given, certain types of certain direction it need to be triggered. All these explanation are hidden in the ancient text. So all this the thing was done in the ancient Varmakalai, which was in the beginning in the Kanyakumari area, in the more now we call, we lost that Kumarikandam. It is inside. So all this thing was developed there. And there are, even if you look at Sri Lanka, there are two universities that teach Siddha and Varma, and there were kings in the, in who developed army, a battalion of army in the tip of Kanyakumari to really learn Varmakalai. So here we are looking at therapeutic application of Varmakalai, how we can practically apply Varmakalai for healing. It's not for fighting or anything. That's all old style, you know, fighting for that and this, maybe for fitting, body, to be in a condition you can do this, all the fighting things and things like that. But when practical application, you can heal. And so today we have, I don't know if the speaker has joined yet. I'm just waiting for Dr. Ganesh. Are you here? Okay. All right. So let's if Dr. Ganesh is coming, one of the problem is I have muted everyone, and I will have to check if he's here. He's not yet here, so he will be an international number. So there are experts who do heal. I have seen experts who are healing. If your bones are broken completely, suppose you're, one of the bones here is, 6 pieces of bone, you met with an accident. As long as this bone did not come out, if it is fractured inside, in Varmakalai, there are ways to fix this in 1 to 2 hours completely. It's very non-invasively from outside by touching certain Marma points and pulling it, and then we apply certain type of herbs, on top of it, massage it. And practical people who have been in the ICU, they, in the modern medical system, they have been sent to these places. People fix it. Only problem with Indian tradition overall is that there is no integration. There is no one hospital or one unit where everything can be learned, and not one person. You cannot completely rely on one Marma Asan for certain things. For example, one Marma Asan will be expert in anesthesia, natural anesthesia. You know what's natural anesthesia? What do you do anesthesia for? Like you do surgery and things like that, right? You give anesthesia, it'll just can disconnect your consciousness. Here, consciousness in the sense your mind, it's not consciousness. Here what we do is that, so that person who could have done that, he would have done the anesthesia type by triggering the certain Marma points and paralyze that part, and this part could have been done, the bone fitting, etc., could have been done by another person. So they have two different skills, but they haven't integrated this. And that has to do with the whole system in India. The education system in India is completely corrupted. That's why I'll be discussing about this next Saturday onwards. How to, there is a, you can attend this one of this program that I can pull out the flyer, but it's probably in the Facebook. I those who follow us in the Facebook, you'll probably know. But then we wanted to have a series of talk by bringing in all the experts from different fields, including Varmakal, different kind of doctors who are were facing problems like this, who don't know how to bring this into a curriculum, how to, where do they fit. We are bringing in government ministers and other people on board to talk about how to change the education system in India. This is very, very important, crucial. So when education system changes, all the services also will change. We will have services for a medical system where everything is accessible to everyone, right? So that can be created in India. So I'm going to invite. So the next Saturday we have this in the evening. So we will have it on a regular basis. Maybe if people ask for Friday, maybe in the Friday evening, we'll have sessions for bringing the all the people. This is on changing the education system. I request all of you to come and attend that seriously, because if you don't do that, we are going to lose the whole thing that India has maintained for thousands of years. The education system. This education system, we are not talking about religious things. Those are important too, but not about our bhakti and all. Those things will be preserved. That's a different story. But all these important scientific things that need to go from a very different, we need a framework like modern scientific, framework that is, uh, like modern scientists, how they interact with each other. They can, they can talk to each other without any conflicts. They can collaborate. Collaboratively, they can publish. All these things have never happened in Indian system, and that is the biggest problem. Each one, they do not appreciate another person. They always suppress. This is the culture. You say, I am great, I am doing great, mine is good, better, and that doctor, he has something wrong. That Siddha doctor told that you have a problem, but that's what he talks is not right. I am a person, I'm an expert. So therefore, what I am talking is right. That's how each person, if you look at individuals, right? Maybe there are exceptions, but this is our culture, and that is where we need an education. But this perspective changes. And so that is a broader education needed for us, right? That's called, we call it a co-realization model. A co-realization model is not just for realized people getting together. In a broader sense, it is that, but also in a very, in a local level, it is for also people getting together simply because you have another, you're expert in one area, I am expert in another area. Let us tie up together, become a greater force. And you have another person, let's add him, and then let's work together for humanity. So that kind of thing we are looking at, and that's our goal, right? So that's why we're starting this education, and already people are interested. I see, I'm interested in the educational discussion. Manobolans, he would be joining. Okay, spoke with Dr. Ganesh. He would be joining in a few minutes. Okay, Sai. So they're getting connected now. Let's while Dr. Ganesh is connecting. So we can discuss some things. That's a very important topic. So this education series will be bringing these people and see how they can connect with each other, and let us form a global global networking where you can have access. Because I see people here, they are, when you're many of the Indians are colonized. Not just Indians, it's any other Asian civilization or other countries, Africa, everywhere you have a colonized brain, which means you have a software already that exists in you. That's your own software, and on top of it you're superimposed a dummy software, right? And you're believing that the dummy software is your original thing, and you're acting like that dummy, and that's not compatible with this hardware. And that's where all the problem is. When you identify your software, like you say, for example, your Mac, the Apple system is there, and then on top of it you're putting the Windows. You just remove the Windows from you. You're plain you're really good. There is no virus there. So first thing, you need to identify that and cleanly prepare that. You have a code that's very different. You need to develop that fully, and then you can integrate other things on top of it. So if you look from that perspective, there are a lot of work that need to be done by the Indian government itself overall, right? And Indian government by itself cannot do it, because government people are not educated people, in the sense they have not got an education from a different kind of a background, like at least they know Western um, education. When you come out of the country, you know better, because you know what flaws they can make, because you know how education system is designed here. So we can make those decisions. So today, so the speaker we have for today is Dr. Ganesh. He is from Chennai, and he will also be one of our service providers. We started the service providing system from today onwards, bringing many doctors. Every first week of a month, we'll have a service provider. We'll keep on increasing the service providers on different areas like dentistry or ophthalmology, all from ancient perspective, so that you will have somebody access. You can talk to them. We will have a service for them through our website. So today, Dr. Ganesh, he has done wonderful work uh, on the spine related. He has done many things, but his expertise is, he says, I'm not a speaker. Why are you calling me? I'm not a speaker, but I am a practical person. You know, a practical person is who's like hands-on. He does things. He shows changes. In 21 days, he can change any kind of disc prolapse you have, you know, any problems related to the spine. He will fix in 21 days. Guarantees that he can fix in 21 days, right? If he doesn't fix, he will return your money. So that kind of guarantee he has for that. So that means for the past few years, he has been really working very hard. And today, so the topic will be on the spine related. It's a pain management through Marma or Marma. So he is integrated both. And so Dr. Ganesh has discovered an innovative and effective orthopedic manual therapy, and he calls it as Mahakriya. He says it is superior than the physiotherapy, acupuncture, Reiki, massage, or chiropractic, because he really sees his patients. They have really successfully got his therapy, and they are just living today out there, without any problems. It's a prana energy based pressure aided advanced intervertebral interarterial neuromuscular stimulating strengthening stimulative and strengthening orthopedic manual therapy. It consists of manual tractions, okay, and muscle strengthening exercises, deep tissue massage, spinal manipulation using marma and prana. The panchakarmas of Ayurveda, like medicated oil enemas and nasium, are also given according to the patient need. So in all inclusive, Marma, Kriya and Panchakarma combined name as Mahakriya. So he is a service provider. Siddha-Vetha has come forward for that. So we asked him to just give a talk. And if you believe that this could be very useful, then you can contact us. So I request Dr. Ganesh to start a talk.
Yeah. Thank you, Dr. Shanmugam Lakshmanan, for your wonderful invite, and I'm very happy to meet you all. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yes, we could hear.
Yeah.
Could go ahead, please.
Yeah. Okay. So, thank you for this wonderful invite, and all the viewers who have come to join us. I think many of my own students are there. I can see them in this Zoom webinar. Mr. Ted Sermon from Maui and Sylvia Welchel from uh, Texas now. So Sai Kumar from New Jersey. Thank you all you guys for joining us today. So as said by Dr. Shanmugasundaram, the whole idea behind Marma Chikitsa is Prana Marma. What I have been doing all these 25 years, since 1995, I started this therapy. The basic foundation for this is Marma. As you all know, there are 108 points in all in our body. The Siddha system explains this as Marma, and in Ayurveda we call it as Marma. Why Marma? Marma means it is something secret, something hidden, deep inside our body. And it also represents the end point of energy. As you all know, there is an energy, we call it as prana in Ayurveda. In Chinese medicine, they call it as chi, or energy, basically energy. So prana, according to Ayurveda, is an adhesive material which joins, which combines an ever-changing body with a never-changing consciousness. As you all know, there are three things in our body. One is this body which is always changing, right? There is another thing which is never changing. That is our consciousness. There at the one end, the ever-changing body is there. The other end, there is the never-changing consciousness. And the third one is mind, which is feeling, which is an interaction between the consciousness and the body. So the prana just makes it together. All these three important factors. One is the body, second the mind, and the consciousness. So in Ayurveda, as well as the Siddha system of medicine, the great rishis like Charaka, Vagbhata, Sushruta is the first person to record in his Sushruta Samhita 3000 years back. And Agastya from the Siddha system of medicine, he also has documented everything about the marmas. Before I explain the marmas, I would like to start from the Muladhara, the basic chakra. As you all know, the prana starts from one point, that is the Muladhara, the anorectal, the point between the anus and the it is just 1 inch above the anus. It is, we call it as the Muladhara. Muladhara is the basic chakra the energy starts from there and it moves upward to the next chakra, that is Swadhisthana. Then third one is the Manipuraka. Then there is the navel chakra. Then you have the Anahata, Vishuddhi, Agnya to Sahasrara. So the prana moves throughout the body through these 6 Adhara chakras, and it moves through the 3 nadis, the main 3 nadis, that is the Ida, Pingala, and Sushumna. Then it takes the 11 channels, 5 above the navel, 5 below the navel, and 1 around the navel. And it reaches 108 points all over the body. So the prana moves from the chakras to the 3 nadis to the 11 nadis. Nadis are nothing but the channels. After this 11 channels, it goes through the various organs and the myofascia, then ends up in the 108 points. Since 1995 till now, for around 20-25 years, I have been working only on 11 points, not on the all 108 points. So when Shanmugha Lakshmanan asked me to join this webinar, I told him, sir, actually I'm not a very good orator or a lecturer. I am a surgeon, one who works on the intervertebral disc. When the disc is away from its center and when it is impinging on the neural cecal sac, it causes enormous amount of pain. You call it as cervical spondylosis, you call it as lumbosacral spondylosis, intervertebral disc prolapse with radiculopathy, means you have radiating pain all over the limb. Today, even the modern science has accepted and understood the importance of myofascia. Myofascia is considered as a entirely independent organ now. They call it as an organ system, like how we call it as respiratory system, then cardiac, that is heart and lung, respiratory system, circulatory system, like that. We are accepting now there is an existence of a myofascial system. Myofascia is nothing but the conglomeration of all the muscles with the underlying fascia. Fascia is a energy based uh, underline which is traveling all over the body. That is why if you go to a Chinese practitioner, acupuncture practitioner, to remove the headache, pain from here, he will put a needle on the uh, curvature of the foot, because that is the frontal myofascia. Like that, we have so many things in the system. The Marma is also working in the same myofascial organ system. So the energy travels from the 7 Adhara chakras through the nadis to it comes and ends in these Marma points. So we at RU Wellness Clinic, what we do is we work on the spine like a chiropractor. Chiropractor also does the same thing, but the only problem with the chiropractor is he is not working on the energy. the chi or the prana. The basis for marma is prana. Because in Tamil we call it as Todu Varma. Todu Varma means Todu, you are touching. It is not just the touch of the physical myofascia, but also to work on the energy that is based on, that is blocked or that is not functioning properly in the system. So basically what we do in the marma therapy is to remove the block of the prana if there is a block. If the prana is overactive, then we have to reduce it. If it is very deficient, if it is not really working properly there, then we have to nourish it. That's all. Only these three things we do it. So in the spine, just around the scapula, there is one point. Then here, in this neck, there is another point. Here, there is another point. 3 points. Then in the sacrum, the lower back, there is 3 points. 6 points in right side, 6 points in the left side. Totally 12 points. That is the major 12 points which we work on, which basically I work on. So by working on this 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3, there is 12 major points. We can restabilize the disc and decompress the disc. So this decompression of the disc, intervertebral disc, will give you pain relief, immediate pain relief. People come with walkers, they will be on wheelchairs to me, and within one session, first session, they will be walking. Third session, they will be happily dancing and go out of my clinic. So basically, what we are doing is working on the myofascia, releasing the myofascial spasm, energize the prana. For this, there are two important things. One is the grosser one, the anatomy of the muscles, the myofascia, and you should also learn the different points on the body. And the point differs from person to person. That is the problem there. Even Chinese medicine also, they say you have to really understand that properly. Then only you can become a very good practitioner. So this is the first part, the grosser part of the marma therapy. That is, you should know what are all the anatomy of the marma points, then the anatomy of the muscles and the myofascia. The second one is the most important one, that is the subtler one. That is called as pranayana. Many of you might have heard this term called as pranayama. Pranayama is nothing but controlling the prana or increasing the measure of the prana. I can control my own prana, I can increase it or decrease it. That is pranayama. In pranayama, you know, there are only 3 steps. One is rechana, puraka, and kumbhaka. Rechaka is exhalation, puraka is inhalation, kumbhaka is just withholding the breath. Okay, you may ask me a question. What is the connection between the prana and our breath? That's a very important question. Prana ends where the breath starts. Prana ends where the breath starts. And prana starts where the breath ends. Prana starts where the breath ends. So now you would have understood the importance between the prana and the breath. Both are not same. Prana is subtler, breath is grosser. You can feel it very easily using your tactile sensation. You can feel the breath very easily, but you cannot feel the prana that easily. But you can feel it. You can really be in that pranic sensation. That is what we give a lot of importance to. Many people say that only understanding the anatomy of the Marma points, you will be well versed. But no. What I feel is the important thing about the Marma Chikitsa or Marma treatment is the subtler part of the learning. The grosser part of the anatomy and physiology and the myofascial things, everyone can understand, everyone can learn. But the subtler part of pranayana can only be given through a guru. The guru means a real master, one who has mastered this art. That is why if you go to Chinese medicine also, they will give more importance to Shaolin temple and the Shaolin monks. Why? Because those monks, they really do lots of tapas, lots of meditation and inner work. This is something connected with the inner journey. As I told you, the prana starts where the breath, shwasa, ends. So when you breathe in, then now the shwasa ends and the prana starts. I'm able to feel the prana which supplies energy throughout the body. It goes up to the cell, gives the oxygen, and comes back. Now the shwasa starts, the prana ends there. The shwasa starts and it comes up. There also, when the shwasa ends, the prana starts. That is the prana of the external world. As I told you earlier, prana is everywhere. Prana is not only in your body. Prana is in your body. Prana is outside your body. Prana is everywhere. Prana gives food to the plants. Prana gives food to you. Prana works all over the world. As I told you, it connects, combines together the three important factors: the physical body, the emotional mind, and the spiritual consciousness. That is why death, according to us, is not something that you depart. It is just the cessation of this one simple thing called as the prana. Prana shutihi. Prana, it stops its function. That's all. The body is still there. The consciousness is still there. The mind is also still there. But why it is not functional? Why it is not functioning? Why the body is dead? Because of the cessation or stopping of that prana. So the subtler aspect of this pranayana starts from pranayama. You do breathing exercises. The rechaka, puraka, kumbhaka aspect of the pranayama is very important. Next comes the kapalbhati. All this vastrika, all these practices energizes your prana within. Then bandhas. You start putting the mula bandha Jalandhara Bandha and Udhyana Bandha. These three bandhas connects you with your prana. First is pranayama, then the bandha. Once you master the bandha, you will go towards the next level of spanda. If you do Jalandhara Bandha after a deep kumbhaka, you can easily feel the prana within you. The spandana. Spandana is nothing but sensation or pulsation of the prana. The prana will pulse. After the spandana, you can touch the prana. The yogis, they use different terms for different things. Sparsha means touch. But when you are within your own self, when you are touching the prana, it is not sparsha. It is called as nyasa. Nyasa is to feel that pulsation of the spanda of the prana. So, yama, pranayama, bandha, spanda, then comes the nyasa. Nyasa is to be in touch with that prana, to be in touch with that pulsation of life, to be in touch with that myofascial energy which combines the body, the mind, and the consciousness. Once you master this nyasa, then comes the yana, the pranayama. I'm just putting everything in a nutshell because, as you know, we are reaching the time. We don't have much time, but I want to just tell you in short what is prana marma chikitsa or prana marma treatment. So by pranayama, you control the energy, then you start feeling the when you are holding the energy by the bandha, then you are sensing the pulsation called as the spanda, then you are feeling that spanda, you are going much closer towards it, to the nyasa. The nyasas, there are so many mudras, you might be knowing about it. So in this nyasa, we do lots of mudras, and doing that mudra, you will start feeling that prana. That is called as nyasa. After the nyasa, you proceed further, and then you start transferring the energy. This pranayana. That is the fifth level of practice by which the practitioner can help other patients. That's what I do in my practice. For the past 25 years, people ask me, how can you push the disc, which is much deeper? You cannot even touch the disc, right? The vertebra is a very big, strong, bony skeletal mass, and the discs are inside it, inside the whole spine. So how can you touch it physically? Physically, I cannot touch. It is not possible. But I can touch it through the prana of you using my prana. How am I going to do it? That is what we practice, all this pranayama to yama, bandha, spanda, nyasa, yanahi. So Acharya says in one simple sentence, by doing all this fighting, you attain that siddhi, the siddhi of pranayana siddhi. So once you attain the pranayana siddhi, then the prana that you accumulate, every day I used to practice for 3 hours daily to treat just 10 to 11 patients. I cannot treat hundreds of patients a day like the modern doctors they do. They're really very great people. but I'm not so great like them. I can only treat 10 to 11 patients in a day, and I really push that disc back to normalcy, and that decompression happens completely. And what happens is the patient feels no pain after the session. We do it very scientifically. What we do is first half an hour we put them on a traction. It's a continuous manual traction, no uh, machine traction. We don't use a machine traction, we use a manual traction. According to the weight of the patient, we put the weight, and continuously they'll be lying down or sitting up. For cervical traction, we ask them to sit, and for the lumbosacral traction, we ask them to lie down on a bed, and we put them on a traction. This will take another half an hour. After that, my therapist will do a massage, a deep tissue massage, to manipulate all the myofascia. All the myofascial releases happen there. The myosin is released, and at that level, the body is prepared for me to work on. After half an hour of traction and after half an hour of deep tissue massage, I enter the treatment suit. I work on them for under 20 minutes to half an hour maximum. I put my energy, pranic energy, with pressure. I work on the Marma points. As I told you, the 3 Marma points in this neck area and the 3 down the spine. I work on both right and left according to the patient need. First, I assess them. We use a modern gadget, MRI. And after seeing the MRI, magnetic resonance imaging of the patient, I come to a conclusion where the nerve is impinging. Accordingly, I select the Marma point. I work on their Marma points using my pranayana, and there will be a wonderful myofascial release happens, and the magic happens. And the patient feels the painless life all through the remaining part of the life. So basically, the Marma therapy is very useful for all the joint inflammations like intervertebral disc damage, disc bulge. Then you have this osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis. Even we can cure, we can easily treat the ovarian hormonal problems also. Because as I told you, prana connects all the organs. Prana connects all the systems. He's actually like a neurotransmitter. No, it's like a hormone. The pituitary sitting inside the brain controls the thyroid and all over the other organs. It's like that. So prana, through prana, you can control the endocrine. Through prana, you can work on the neurotransmitters. Through prana, you can work on the myofascia. Through prana, you can work throughout the body. I have treated many patients who are suffering from polycystic ovarian disorders, then thyroid problem, hypothyroidism, hyperthyroidism, rheumatoid arthritis, osteoarthritis, periarthritis of the shoulder, then cervical spondylosis, lumbosacral spondylosis, intervertebral disc prolapse, intervertebral disc bulge, and the radiculopathy caused due to this impingement, everything. We have wonderfully treated many patients who are suffering from infertility using prana marma chikitsa. So I thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity, and I would like to answer a few questions. If any of you have any questions, please come forward. Thank you.
Now we're open for questions. Let me allow you to unmute yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, okay.
Yeah.
Any questions? You can even type. If you're not able to unmute, I have unmuted. Shweta, well, I give preference to first the students, the Youth Career Accelerator, because they're part of this. And if not, we will open it to the public. Any questions from Gauri, Akshaya, Dhananjay, Saumya? Yes, you can unmute. You have a problem unmuting, let me know. You could unmute and raise the questions, or you can type down. If you have a problem, you can type in the chat button. Please keep the questions focused on the talk, more than asking like other things, like cancer and other kind of things. But if you're focused on this, we can cover a lot. Okay, so if you no questions, then I can request others like Shweta raised your hand, so go ahead, please.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Hi. Thank you, Dr. Ganesh, for sharing your experience. And I know you said you're not a lecturer or an orator, but it's always nice to hear from a hands-on practitioner. So thank you. I was curious in your experience. I missed the introduction part a little bit, but do you also use Varma in your practice or just Ayurvedic Marma? And if you do use Siddha Varma, like in your experience, because of course your teacher, depending on your lineage and your teachers, how do you kind of use both, or how do you discern in your experience? Just because I know it's different for everybody, just curious about your experience, how you are using just Ayurvedic Marma, or how are you using Siddha Varma?
Yeah. Sorry, there is problem in unmuting. So it took little time to answer your question, Shweta. See, it's a very important question. See, what is the difference between the Varma and the Marma? According to Ayurveda, the Marma points are totally different from the Varma point. So I use only the Ayurvedic Marma. But both are actually, the concept is same, whether you follow the Siddha Varma or Ayurvedic Marma, the concept is same. Only the difference is they call it in different terminology, we call it in Sanskrit terminology, that's all. And there is a minute differences, which is very, very theoretical. but I practice the Ayurvedic Marma as per the Ayurvedic system of medicine. But I know about the Siddha system too. Both are basically, as a practitioner, I don't feel a lot of difference between these two systems. In fact, I incorporate the Siddha system. I have incorporated Chinese medicine, Chinese acupuncture, you know, reflexology, so many things, myofascial releases. So that adds on to my success, that adds on to my prognosis. My prognosis is around 90 to 95%. So when a patient comes with a fourth degree prolapse, where they need only surgery, the surgeons would have told them that you tomorrow you come and we will do a surgery. Such cases only I handle, not like small muscle catch or where you apply a little bit of oil and just keep fermentation, it will automatically goes away. But we don't treat such kind of small problem. People come to me with on wheelchairs basically, so they cannot. They would have tried physiotherapy. They would have tried all other modalities before coming and meeting me. So surgery is the only option for them. Like such cases, I handle and I give them a very good improvement, and they'll have no pain at all. Hope this is answering your question.
Thank you.
Thank
Dhananjay, I think Dhananjay was mute for some reason. So Dhananjay, I'm going to unmute you. You can raise your question now.
Hello. So I was listening with my mother, and she actually had a question, so I'll give it to her.
Yeah.
Hi, namaskaram. Thanks for this session. I have a question. So, based on the Marma, Ayurvedic Marma methodology, right? So, you're saying you're able to cure many ailments
Yeah.
pertaining to the endocrine system in general, correct? Now, but as modern usage, in the sense modern counterpart to what you're doing, is there a counterpart that a child from this, what you're taught, the background, can that child or anybody, like for my son, I'm just thinking, you said chiropractor, that's a similarity, but they work with not the general physical aspect rather than the prana aspect. So my question to you first is two aspects. One is, do you do some kind of this meditation, pranayama? Is it a form of a meditation? Because I didn't hear the first part of your introduction. So I want to know if it's a meditative mode that you come into and then internalize that knowledge and then use it on the patient. Is that how you feel?
Yeah, exactly. See, as you told, you have both the question as the answer in your own thing. So your question was whether the endocrine system can be touched by pranayama or the marma therapy that we do. The answer is yes, you can do it. The second question that you asked me was whether my son is a chiropractor and can he do it? Yes, he can do it, but not just by using chiropractic. He has to learn the 5 things that I told you, right? First is the pranayama, the increasing the energy within your own self using the rechana, puraka, and kumbhaka, that is inhalation, exhalation, and withholding the prana. So that is pranayama. Next comes the spanda, bandha. Bandha is 3 vida bandha, 3 types of bandha. Using these bandhas, jalandhara bandha, Uddiyana bandha, and Mula bandha, you can hold the prana. So by holding the prana, what will happen is you will move towards the next level, that is called as prana spanda. So all these things I cannot teach you over a internet or online teaching. That is a problem, because you have to be living with the master. You have to have that imbibing tendency. You have to imbibe this knowledge. So pranayama, prana bandha, prana spanda. You will go to the third level, that is prana spanda. You can literally feel the pulsation of the prana. You got it? Fourth one is the prana. Once you feel that pulsation, you will go much closer to it. That is called as prana nyasa. We use lots of mudras during this. Yes, up to this level, everything is meditative. Then comes the fifth stage called as pranayana, where you start transferring the energy from your own self to the other body. This is half meditative. It's not 100% meditative. So all this yoga kriyas has to be practiced by your own self. Then for a period of time you will get that siddhi. And yes, you can work on the thyroid, you can work on all the endocrine, but you need enormous amount of energy for that. You got it? And if you can do that, then the result will be magical and it will be immediate. You can work on the thyroid, you can work on the pituitary, you can work on the insulin, you can work on the pancreatic insulin, you can work on the testosterone, you can work on the all the hormones. Understand? Each and every hormone is connected again to that other chakras, right? For example, this is Agya chakra. I correlate with pituitary gland. This is Vishuddhi chakra. I correlate to the thyroid hormone. Then we have the Anahata. I correlate with all the autoimmune disorders. We have, next comes the Manipuraka chakra. Manipuraka chakra is nothing but insulin and other things connected to insulin, adrenaline, all your obesity hormones, you know, all these things are connected to the Manipuraka chakra. Then comes the down, you have the that is Swadhisthana. Swadhisthana chakra is what your adrenaline, adrenaline is connected to. Then the Mooladhara is all your ovarian and testosterone and androgenic and all those hormones which are connected to ovulation, fertility, everything is connected to the Mooladhara chakra. So this is how we work. We work on the channel, we work on the nadis, we work on the marmas using prana, the energy. So hope I have answered your question. Next, please.
Thank you. Thank you. And I think we're running out of time. And one more question would be, are you available? Okay, so here, this is the one that we are doing right now. Somebody's asking, you can learn this. So I would like to answer this bit and then doctor can answer. So we are providing, I'm teaching, I'm a Marma Asan, and I have been teaching Marma, especially for, because of the integration of things, we got a new technique, and especially for removing, eyeglasses, it works out very well. And then any musculoskeletal problems, internal, all this we have been working for several years. And in fact, I had my own cyst formation like a ball in my stomach, and I healed through just gazing, nokuvarmam through reflective mirrors. So there are advanced techniques. So that's why each one expertise is very different. I wanted to, my expertise, maybe, because we don't, everyone is needed in this universe. So I wanted to invite other Marma asans along with me to take the teach a course. And that's why I've invited doctor, and we have other Dr. Shanmugam is another Marma expert. We all can work together and give a course online. Like the content, you cannot give everything online. And definitely, you need a practice. Prana Shakti, of course, you can do some transfer. I do now transfer energy through the electrical channel too. But so we need to now come up with something that people can understand, and then they get benefited from this instead of giving so much, spending time and money in the modern fields and nothing happens. You end up in surgery. You could, prevent a lot of disease if you know the experts in this field. And we really want some people to take our courses and get benefited, and that's what we have been doing. And if you're ready to help us in this way, we can bring the ancient system, complete ancient system, at your into your house. So that's the idea. We are trying to bring doctors here in a place where, in a university campus, where people can get benefited, and they can, other people can come and visit here, and they instead of we going, their expenditure is high, we can cut down, and they come here and provide practical services. So we are doing all the legalities towards that. And right now we are doing online service. We are opened this online service through which we have, different problems. We will do a sequencing of taking your health history and other things, and we will recommend you which doctor, what problems they solve, and accordingly you can choose your doctor. So that service will be available at Siddha-Vetha. Um, our website will be updated in a day or two about these services. Okay, so I just wanted to tell you. So doctor, if you have any comments, please.
Yeah, sure. Thank you very much, Dr. Shanmugam. And that is the main aim of Siddha-Vetha. So here, your company name itself is very unique, and it clearly tells that both Ayurveda and Siddha can be combined together to give more productive and more effective prognosis. Siddha and Veda, right?
Exactly.
So you have coined it very aptly, and
Right.
I thank you very much. And we will work together, and I will come to United States of America to teach you all these things, all the things which I have experienced for the past 25 years, and I will come there to treat your pain, and you don't need to go to surgery. You don't need to go to a surgeon for all these things. Okay? So thank you very much, Doctor
Thank you.
Shan, and we'll work together.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate. Very wonderful, eye-opening
Yeah,
session we had, and I just want to announce few things. So we're going to launch this course. As I told you, this is a Marma course, and the Marma course will be, starting soon. This in another 10 days. We're going to bring all the experts and give all the theories needed. Is a separate thing, because theory also is important. So all these things can, whatever can be given knowledge level through the internet, we will give. And practicals, you will have to come and learn. You can learn from me some of techniques. You can go to doctor. When you go to India, you can learn, stay with him and learn some techniques. So Varmakala is vast, and many people,
yeah,
there are so many experts in different areas. You learn from everyone, and then you integrate, and that's how you become an expert. So it takes a lot. It's not about, as doctor told, it's not about knowing the points. These points are available. You can buy books, or that's not the thing. It's the integration of all these things, your Kundalini energy, the chi energy that you can pass, you can reflect that, and you can take into different energy part of your body. So when that happens, and if you know how to transfer this, that's how healing works. And healing is not just one-sided. A patient also should be prepared for that healing. You should have acceptance to that, and then only Marma works. So we need to prepare that patient for that. Otherwise, if there is a blockage, even the Marma will not work. You agree, doctor?
100%. I agree. 100%. Yeah.
Right. So it has to do with more with the patient than the doctor itself. So because this type of knowledge is not available, so we wanted to bring this into mainstream education curriculum before the West is going to teach this in Harvard and other school. Meridian system and all came in Chinese, and they're going to charge you thousands of dollars, billions of dollars they're going to make, and you're going to take your own course, paying for millions of dollars for in terms of loans and other things for your kid. But we are not appreciating our own people from this tradition. They are teaching their experts, real experts, not just knowledging expert. They really work, right? And if directly learning from these experts, this is an opportunity. So you can use Siddha-Vetha as an opportunity to go through this channel of building this, so that a sustainable world can be built in the other side, so that you can expand on that. And it's a service, actually speaking. So here I wanted to share what is in order to change an education system, we have I have a program, or another meeting. It's called the Strategies to Resurrect Ancient Science and Technology. You're welcome to join. This is 9:30 to 10:45, starting in August 10th, 2019. I welcome all of you to join this. Why? Because we wanted to change the education system. So initially, I'm going to give some strategies to, and this is a record session. It will go to the parliament. It will be going to the government. People will be listening to this, and we will also invite people from the government, from the education department, many vice chancellors, bringing experts like doctor, who can think about how we can bring this into a modern curriculum, and thought through university than individuals, right? So the government should hire such kind of people. Government should support this. So that is the whole thing, because Chinese government has supported and funded. That's why Chinese acupuncture and other Chinese medicine all is really growing very well. But Ayurveda or Siddha, none of this is funded in a very international level. So we need this big time, and only then this system can sustain. So I'm just wanted you all to be aware of that, how much we are losing from us, and we are spending so many billions of dollars for nothing. So we need to change this, and you join with us to change the education system in this. So you're welcome, and you can join Siddha-Vetha. You can subscribe to Siddha-Vetha channel. It's a YouTube channel. This video will be available. Dr. Stark will be recorded there. And visit www.siddha-vetha.org. All our courses are listed. So we're going to have a 4-day retreat in Mount Soma, in a very deep place, where we're going to do all kind of Marma, pranayamas, and then deep down Kundalini, absolute space Kundalini. All this will be on from 14th to 18th of August. If you really want to join, it's already filled. We have few, 2 or 3 families can join. That's how much space we have. Those who wanted to join, you can join us with experts. Many experts are coming to experience this. Is an experimental thing. So if you wanted to So every year we will be conducting. So this year it's in North Carolina, in Mount Soma. Okay, so you all are welcome. So I thank you all, and thank you, doctor, for this wonderful talk, and see you all next week. And we will definitely talk about the charges and other things to be treated. If you have any questions, you can email us info@vetha.org, and we will talk about how much we charge for this, this kind of services. Okay, thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. So